Everything's falling apart, Jimmy.
I agree. I don't know what to say, man. I know that, you probably expected me to not disagree, or maybe you did.
No, I knew you were going to disagree because you're Nancy negative.
No, you mean agree.
Or yes.
Yes. And I am not Nancy negative, because let me tell you what today's goal is.
I said it backwards and I got you to say it backwards. That's my favorite.
Today's goal is, because I feel like you were just going to hand me a bunch of the world's problems today.
Oh, yeah.
My goal is to put a positive light and spin on today's news, because we talked earlier in the week and I could just see when you were like,
we're gonna find
hey
out.
man, there's a lot going on. And I'm like,
we're going to find out. We're going to find out how positive you can be.
Yeah.
Because you're not allowed to be negative.
I don't think that that's really possible. I don't know. I'm gonna try. That's the goal. I'm gonna try.
All right. Well, we're gonna give it a shot, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mostly Peaceful.
Yep.
I'm Rob.
I'm Nancy negative.
Dealing with a little thing. I told you earlier. I'm coughing unnecessarily, and it's kicking my ass.
Smoke the Java Mint. It knocks it right out of you, dude. That's actually scientific fact.
Science, huh?
Yeah, it's science.
We're gonna find out.
Yes. So yeah, I'm excited to see what you got for me today, bro. I'm a little worried though.
I got a lot.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of worried. You're like, so, this fucking bullshit's happening.
I got quite a bit, but before we get there, we're gonna have we're gonna try a couple whiskeys today.
Yeah.
On this episode, we've got more that we'll have already tried. I'm trying to do this because when we record these, we record a recorded episode, the first one, and then we do the live stream after. So I'm trying, because this episode won't come out till the week after.
Fried,
so,
or
I'm trying to timeline, not hey, they were talking about some weird shit, but that was a week earlier. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm trying to keep the timeline here.
You're trying to keep yesterday's news at the front of the conversation, and
tomorrow's news
at the end. So next week it feels like yesterday's news.
Exactly.
That is fucking smart.
So we're gonna try. I got Green Spot, which is a Irish whiskey.
Oh yeah.
I'm not too versed on Irish whiskeys, although I do love Irish whiskeys. Partially, I guess, because I'm Irish. At least I think I am.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know I'm Irish.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I Googled that shit, and you're fucking green, dude.
Also black.
You're about as black as I am brown. So
exactly. Oh, we'll he admits it. And then I got some Rabbit Hole, and it's partially a joke that our buddy Richard asked me if I'd tried any, and I told him no, I haven't gone down that rabbit hole yet. So now we're going to go down the rabbit hole.
That's fucking funny.
So we'll try those.
So
this
did you buy that one?
Episode? I bought both of them.
Okay, I didn't know if Richard gave you that.
No.
Okay, no. You just had a conversation about the brand.
Yeah. Okay. Because he had tried some and he was still on the fence and wanted to know what I thought of it.
Okay.
At least I think he tried some.
Take a look.
What do you want to start with? You want to try the Irish whiskey, or do you want to, well, I guess we should be transparent. You've already tried the fucking Irish whiskey. Mm-hmm. So
I've already tried the Green Spot. Okay. I have not tried the Rabbit Hole. So I haven't gone down the rabbit hole. But yeah, we could try either one. I mean, I know what the Green Spot.
Yeah, you already know what that flavor is.
I don't mind drinking it.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll start with this.
Yeah, try something new. Fuck it. Okay.
What?
No, nothing.
Oh, are you judging my pores now? Because you've never judged my pores before.
I feel like somebody should make a
yelled at
pouring
me
device, and you should buy one so we could kind of like mitigate
some of the pores.
Yeah.
Why? I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that pour, Jimmy. That is glorious.
What do you think, babe?
That's an amazing pour. I mean,
I mean, honestly, that's how I pour my whiskey. But here's the thing:
like that's not even one finger.
Well,
I mean, it is one finger.
You got a big motherfucking finger, bro.
I don't know if I should be offended by that or
that shit. This motherfucker's like one finger.
My wife's already making jokes as she hears this.
I'm sure.
Sure as fuck does.
Golly, bro. Nah, you're good. Look, I'm the guy who's like, I'm pouring me a little whiskey, and then I'm back a third time going, should I pour it heavier or should I pour it lighter? Because this is the third pour. I think I should have poured it heavier on the
first one, then you wouldn't be pouring 3 of them.
That's right.
See, this is my. You gonna cry, little baby?
That's true. I'm gonna call you Fat Finger again.
Fair enough. Jesus. Let's give this a try before we start talking news, because it is getting spicy out there.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh. Spicy like that.
95 proof. It's up there. A little hot. Oh, you might. That's not going to help clear your throat, bro. I promise. Mid cough, you gotta take a toke.
Holy shit, I'm gonna die, dude. This is what I've been going through.
You gotta tug on the old rocket there.
Oh, I think I died twice when I did that. What the fuck? So yeah. What do you think of that? Trying to get my shit back together.
Dude, your face right now.
It's beet red. I can see it on the camera.
I'm trying to I don't know. For me, the taste isn't bad. The smell isn't really there. I don't really get a lot of nose, I guess. It doesn't have like a lot of immediate like bang. It tastes like, or it smells like syrup and vanilla.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a little mild.
Yeah.
But
I think it's like,
it's not bad.
Yeah.
What's it cost? Roughly
$660-ish. Yeah.
Okay. Not bad.
They got 3 different ones.
Does it have an age statement? Does it say?
Let's see. I didn't. Matured over 3 years in new charred American oak barrels.
So am I wrong for being the guy who says, okay, if anybody says over 3 years, that means it was less than 4? That's what I hear.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Because an age statement is one of those like badge of honors for a whiskey, right?
Yep.
If it hits that year mark, you're fucking telling them. You're not going to be like, man, we aged this bourbon for 23 years. So on the bottle, put aged over 2 years, right?
Exactly.
Because technically it is over 2 years, but that's what I hear. So when I hear aged over 3 years, I hear it's aged under 4.
Correct.
Which still, that's fine. Because we've had some really good stuff around that 3, 4, you know. I think 5 years, 7. That's what, like 7 for a bourbon. You're fucking getting into some tasty shit there.
Yeah. So they have 4 different bottles. And my goal here is to try at least all of them. At least try them, right?
Sure.
So let me get here. I got to put my birth date in here because apparently we. Oop. I can't type.
Bottled by Rabbit Hole Distillery, Louisville, Kentucky. So it's their distillery.
I'm sorry.
They own the distillery. It's their
Yes.
distillery.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Matured oak.
yeah, I assume.
New charred American oak barrels. This is a pretty ass bottle too.
Mhm.
I like that. 4-grain small batch. 95 proof.
So we have wow. All right. So with them, you have the Derringer Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It's a double barrel. They finish it in sherry casks.
Nice.
Um,
Hey, is that a whiskey or a bourbon? Because if
that's
it's
a bourbon.
it's a bourbon
Yes.
finished in sherry cask.
So it's aged for 2 years,
Yeah.
removed from there, and put into into sherry casks.
and it's still good to go.
Yeah,
See,
of course.
all right, okay.
Anything you do after the 2-year aging period
Yeah.
is totally up to you.
Okay.
It has to be a minimum of 2
2
years.
years. Yeah. Okay.
And then you have the Cave Hill. And that's a 4-grain triple malt. Then you have the High Rye double malt, which is the high gold.
Okay.
And then you have the Boxer Grail, which is their straight rye whiskey.
I like a rye whiskey, bro.
I
do.
I've never found one that I'm like, this is fucking amazing.
I still like the Michter's, man. The Michter's
'Cause
rye.
It comes off. What's the word? It's not that usual flavor you expect from a whiskey.
Mm.
Like it's definitely different from a whiskey.
For sure. Well, that's how I feel about Green Spot, right?
Mhm.
I I wasn't expecting it. It's different than I expected in the way that I figured, even though it's not Redbreast,
Yeah.
it would it sit somewhere in that, like, 1910 and Buffalo Trace are completely different, yet they're so similar in what you can expect.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you taste Redbreast and then Green Spot, and they're very different.
Yeah.
They really are very different. Even though I want to say, when I was showing my wife a video, I was talking about it was a Green Spot like review video, right?
Okay.
These guys were talking about Green Spot, and they're talking about the tradition of Irish whiskey and how it changed over the decades in history, right?
Yeah.
And 2 of the distilleries that kept it very originally ingrained with history and done things like single pot still
Yeah.
was Redbreast and Green Spot. And because they're very close, I want to say, what is this, 10 year, and Redbreast is 12. And you would
Yes.
imagine that they're really gonna be on the same kind of level, and they're just way different, dude.
Is this? I don't think this is a 10-year.
I think it is, man. I think it is. It might say there.
Keep talking.
Yeah. So anyways, I found it very much like what they said it was. It's a lot crispier. Crisper, is crisper a word? It's a lot crispier.
Crispierist.
It's more crispier.
More crispy.
It's more crisp in the nose and in the palate than
More crispierist.
it's just
It does not give it. It does not give an age.
It's not as dark as Redbreast. How about that? There you
Correct.
go. It's not as
Correct.
like deep flavor.
Yes.
When I drink Redbreast, I get my brain tells me figs and dates and dark fruits and dried like raisins and things like that.
Yeah.
When you drink
I
this,
want you to know that cigar is a bust. That thing is dry as a fucking.
this is
That one.
no shit.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I have one of these.
I don't think it was good when I bought it. I told you. You saw the 2 different ones that I had.
I got to get a new Boveda too. My Boveda last time was getting a little. Last time I checked it, it was starting to get that like flaky.
Yeah.
You could shake it and tell
Yes.
it's starting to get hard.
Yes.
That's what she said.
What?
So, anyways, yeah, green spot. Green
Yeah.
spot, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up, but I'm almost positive. What happened?
This one cracked too.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
What the fuck does that mean? Oh, okay. Previously, a 10-year-old whiskey is now a non-age statement made from a blend of 7 and 10.
What is this? The green spot?
Yeah.
Because I know they have different color spots.
It's a blend. Used to be a straight 10-year. Now it's a blend of 7 and 10. But I gotta say, man, that's one thing. Listen, man. Just like everybody else, I'm proud to be an American, but I gotta give it to these Irish and Scotch boys because they don't put out no young. A fucking 7 and a 10 years on the young end. They're like, that's fucking young. That's not even worth.
No,
like the big boys, they're like, that's what we start at.
You have a new generation opening the barrels that were started by the previous generation. Right. No, I get that.
Yeah, like Ardbeg, right? Yeah. Like I love Ardbeg. It's great. Cheapest one they got, lowest tier. It was always the 10-year. Then they came with the 5. But it's because Ardbeg is also not like a super heritage. They are heritage and they are history, but they're very not stuck in their ways, if that makes sense. I don't know, however, like how else to, if you look at Laphroaig and Lagavulin, they kind of been doing the same thing for 50 years.
Yeah.
Ardbeg, their whole vibe is like, it moves and kind of adjusts with the times.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the 5-year kind of came out of that, even though I haven't tried it. I've wanted to try it. But people, for one, it's just as much as the 10-year.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they're like, look, man, when it comes to these whiskeys, there's a reason why people chase the higher age stuff.
For sure.
So there's a reason why the higher age stuff costs more.
Yeah.
All these things lead to the higher ages are typically better, right?
Yeah.
So if you're doing a 5-year and a 10-year and they're both $50, $60, why would I want to even try the 5? I kind of want to try it just to try it, but I'm scared to, you know what I mean?
I don't believe you'll get the quality that you get from the 10. Obviously,
that's right.
The flavor may be different, right, but I don't think you're going to get that really like refined. They've been doing 10 years for how long?
That's right.
So now you're going to pull out a 5-year-old barrel and bottle that motherfucker,
right?
For why? For why? Like why would you do that?
Yeah, for sure.
I know. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Hey, and you know what it's called? Wee Beastie. That ought to tell you something right there. It's called the Wee Beastie.
That frightens me. Like on a very like.
And I'm like Ardbeg, dude. That's my jam. I love Ardbeg. I really want to try some of the unattainable things they have. I was able to try some cool shit at Bob's. It was pretty good, but I want a bottle of that shit.
For sure.
You know, I want to be able to fucking really drink it.
Come home, sit down.
I don't want to try it for $30
a fucking glass. Yeah. And it's not even a full glass. Like it's like
a third of what you fucking fat finger.
You got like a quarter of a finger.
That's right. Yeah. Oh my God. True shit though. So anywho, what's going on in the world today?
In the world today. Bro, I got to tell you, we've got a lot of crazy, like for everybody out there that ever listens to this, and I'm telling you this, we'll call it what it is right now. We're inching closer and closer and closer to civil war at the current moment, let alone World War III.
Yeah.
We are fighting two different wars by proxy in two different regions. Again, by proxy, we're fighting these wars. We're not directly involved, but boy, are we not funding some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, we are funding that shit. Germany just the other day was like, yeah, give it about a year. Full scale World War III. But now, on top of that, we've got Texas and the governor of Texas looking Joe Biden in the face going,
fuck you.
Fucking find out, bro.
Yep.
Come on.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court. So for those who don't know, Greg Abbott went down to Eagle Pass, pushed CBP out.
Mm-hmm.
Customs and Border Patrol, for those who don't know. Pushed them out because they have been, by Joe Biden and the DOJ's decree, allowing like 10,000 a day through the border, allowing illegals to come across our border at the tune of 10,000 a day, at the tune of, since Joe Biden took office, 6 million people. 6 million people in just under 4 years. So Greg Abbott goes down, says, we're not doing this anymore. I'm taking control of the border. My National Guard will now be the Border Patrol at this point. Joe Biden.
Wait. Do you hear that in the headphones?
No. What do you hear?
Okay. Go ahead.
You okay?
No. I'm telling you. Now it ain't gonna fucking do it. I was trying the whole time. I'm like,
I get it.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Would you like to explain to everybody?
Yeah, it sounds like voices. It's like voices in my head, if that makes sense.
Oh God,
no,
what?
No. It sounds like we're getting like interference or something, like picking up some kind of channel. When you were talking, I can hear like a staticky.
That's odd.
Talking. Like,
I have not heard it.
Well,
also,
you were also fucking going hard about.
I was talking.
Yeah.
Not to mention,
I heard it, but anyways, doesn't matter. I just hope that it's not something that's.
I hope it bleeds over.
Being picked up.
I hope so.
Why?
Like, I want that.
Okay.
Because if we can,
I feel like it's going to be necessary for me to prove my sanity now. So I kind of hope it. Listen.
Apparently, I'm not allowed.
Listen. It just. Listen. It ain't doing it now. Dude, every time I start to talk. I promise you. I'm so sorry, bro.
It's okay, man. I get it.
I can't believe you didn't hear this.
I didn't.
Fucking A. Anyways, yeah, fuck Joe Biden. I heard about the border thing. Didn't Abbott put up like
there's something, but I don't. It doesn't sound like voices. I'm not real sure what it is going on. It's our FBI agents. It's ATF.
Dude. Oh, what the fuck, man? And the thing is, like, how would this shit here be picking up outside frequencies? I hear it. I could fucking hear it. I was hearing it the whole damn time you was talking. And as soon as I'm like, hey,
that one smokes.
I hear voices. It was like radio silence.
Connected to the internet, man.
Fucking A.
You're on Wi-Fi. I'm on Wi-Fi. Like, they're inside our heads.
So didn't Abbott put up
the
razor
voice
wire?
Inside my head? Do what now? I'm sorry.
Razor wire at the border.
So Greg Abbott goes in, sends his National Guard in, and they commence to putting up razor wire, and not just razor wire, but razor wire and fence, as well as Connex trailers. They've been dropping Connexes in places that people are, I don't know, subverting, or they can't get razor wire to.
What's a Connex?
The big metal containers.
Containers?
Yeah, the shipping containers. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I'm going to buy some. Man, I found them cheap. Anyways, that's side point. And Joe Biden goes ahead and sues Greg Abbott and through the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court goes, and this is what they said. This was their ruling. Yes, CBP can pull down the razor wire. That's all they said. They didn't say CBP could go in and remove the National Guard and then take down the the razor wire. Mm-hmm. They said CBP can remove the razor wire. Now, do you think the National Guard's going to allow them to come back in? No, because that's not part of the ruling. Right. The ruling was, yes, they can. So by all means, buddy, jump on a boat, row your ass down the river, and cut the razor wire all you want. Mm-hmm. You won't be on land doing it. That being said, Joe Biden gave Greg Abbott a 24-hour. I think this was Thursday evening. Give him a 24-hour notice.
Who, Abbott?
Yeah, Joe Biden gave Greg Abbott a 24-hour notice. Let him in or face consequences. Greg Abbott was like, fuck around and find out.
Let who in?
CBP.
The fucking CBP to come cut the border wire down?
Yep.
That should be the focus of the whole
thing. You know what the response was? And don't quote me on this, because I've heard some people say it was 25 states. I've heard some other reports of lesser. But I can tell you that Florida, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Iowa, I think those are the ones that I know for a fact. Those are the ones I know for a fact have sent reinforcements to Texas, their own National Guard, to help and assist the Texas National Guard in defending the border. This is a bleeding Kansas moment. This is a Fort Sumter moment. Like, this is literally that. Like, right now, it will literally take one person making a stupid mistake. And it all goes south. No pun intended. But yeah, we're real close to civil war. Because I guess that's a bad thing to say. Don't let the voices take over.
You hear it.
No,
you fucking
I
have
still don't.
to. Bro, then it's my shit. It's got to be my shit.
So,
anyways.
Before we started the show, Jimmy took 6 pounds of acid. He is now on his first trip.
Every time you start fucking talking, fuck you. Anyways, so the positive spin is that at least we'll have company when the shit hits the fan, right? We may be speaking different languages.
But so here's the other side of that is,
but at least you won't be lonely. 6 million friends.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people really understand what those 6 million illegal border crossers are. And I think maybe we need to explain
6 million? Shit. I'm sure there's some mules. There's some fucking
overwhelmingly
horrible, felonious rapists and murderers, along with a bunch
don't be
of other.
Racist.
I didn't.
Don't be racist.
Why is that racist?
Because that's what they did when Donald Trump pointed it out.
I didn't say nothing about a race. I just said people coming across the border.
He said these people coming across the border are murderers, rapists, gangsters, and they immediately called him racist. So
sure,
you're being racist.
No, absolutely not.
I thought that's how the world worked.
That's how their world works.
Oh, So we do live in two different realities.
You can't be racist whenever I'm not even thinking. Dude, you know how many fucking people come from China and
This is my point.
yeah.
This is my point. This is what people need to understand.
Just because you came across, that's like assuming everyone that crosses or ever stepped foot ever across the Canadian border is a fucking Canadian.
Yes, those of you who are now listening to what I'm saying, most of these people coming across the border, the illegal border crossers, are not women and children.
No.
They're not families. They're not even economic migrants.
Right.
For the most part.
No.
These people are fighting age men.
Right. Yeah, dude, you got.
I'm not the first one to point this out. Okay.
No,
first of
absolutely not.
There's been a lot of people. There's been a lot of people
Yeah.
that pointed this out, and a lot of people asking questions about it. The fact of the matter is if you see this stuff and you actually see, like, every time I look into this, every interview I see is not someone talking to a Mexican or Guatemalan.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking to Africans.
Yeah. It was
Sudan.
Yes. So in like Somalia. That's where I was thinking of. A fucking ton of a bunch of East Asian, African, like, just because you're coming across the southern border doesn't make you a Mexican. Okay. It doesn't.
But you said rapists and murderers.
Yes. I said rapists and
murderers. So you were clearly
murderers.
talking about them.
That's my people's, man.
I'm just saying that's how they've interpreted all of this.
Of course.
That's the way the left has put this. Every time you say
it's the
people
only
coming
way.
across the border are murderers, rapists, and gangsters, you're clearly talking about Mexican people.
Right.
That's not the case.
Right. No.
When Donald Trump said it, he was
not only
talking
that-
specifically about MS-13.
Yeah.
Okay? Those people.
Yeah. The
The
gangs,
people
the cartels.
in the gangs
Yeah.
are
for
rapists,
sure.
murderers, killers.
Right. I mean,
no one.
That's not to say that there are not people out there who are probably coming across the border straight up, just like, I want to get the fuck away from all this shit. And I hear tell America is pretty fucking
But do you
fire,
think-
and they're coming over, right? But how many of those?
Do you think in our
6
current
million?
status, our current economic status,
no.
does that it doesn't look appeasing to people in other
That's
countries.
right. No,
so why are they
I
still
was going
coming?
to say the same thing. I was going to say at this point, I'm looking at Mexico going, how many money for a house, bro? Because
Ecuador,
you see what I'm saying?
Ecuador.
Like over here, though, we about to be extra fucking poor every time.
But here's the thing: in Ecuador, Mexico, places like that, you and I can't function the way we function now.
Nah, it's true.
It's different laws.
Yeah, it's true. But you know, it's fucking like, bro, how many of these multi-million-dollar crypto wizard, fucking web genius, NFT billionaires like Homeboy? What was Homeboy who got dusted by the feds and for the whole crypto scam thing? Anyways, how many of them have these fucking homes in other countries, man?
Talking about Sam Bankman-Fried?
Fried, yeah.
Okay.
Fried, yeah. There's a reason why these rich ass people don't even want to fucking live here half the year. They do taxes, they do business, and then they fucking go over there and
Talk
have
about all the
fun.
billionaires building bunkers lately.
Yeah. And homes out in different remote islands of different countries.
Why? So we saw Maui burn down, right? Was it Maui? Yeah.
It was Maui, yeah.
And immediately after Maui burns down, the Facebook fuckboy is building a bunker on his island in fucking Hawaii. Like multi-millions of dollars.
Just bunker.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
So he could survive.
It's because of the lizard people.
That's right. They're turning the frogs gay.
That's my Alex Jones. That's the best I can do.
I was going to,
They're turning the fucking frogs gay.
That's true. It's true. You start seeing gay frogs, shit is fucked.
Shit is fucked.
It is fucked.
Shit's fucked already, and I still ain't seen a gay frog. Yeah. So like we've got all this going on down at the border. I mean, we're literally inches. We're one shot.
Yeah.
Remember that famous shot heard around the world? That happened at Fort Sumter, but I don't think there was ever a shot.
Right.
It was a battle over arms.
Right.
And it was one group taking over the fort, right? We're really close, man. Like, I didn't think I'd ever see this in my lifetime, but I feel like Joe Biden and his crackhead son are literally trying to destroy everything that we ever knew and grew up with. I remember growing up and being like, yeah, I'm an American motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
You know? And in these days, like, I look at it and I go, nah, I mean, I'm an American, but I'm not that American. Like, I'm not that guy.
Yeah, I'm like kind of like
I'm not the I'm the type of American that is still trying to preserve the republic.
yeah.
And I do that in air
Yeah.
quotes because
Yeah.
right now we have other people going, we have to preserve our democracy.
Democracy,
I'm not
yeah.
that fucking American.
No.
I'm the other American.
I feel like it's a tell when you hear someone say preserve our democracy.
But my democracy.
Yeah, if you hear someone say the word democracy,
Yeah, we don't live in a
At
democracy.
all.
Yeah.
like even if they just utter the word, we could have this whole conversation, and I don't think we'll ever really get down a hole where either one of us is going to go, but a democracy, because we know. I feel like that's one of those tell words that triggers us on this side. Not triggers, but you know what I mean. It just tells us
No,
who
it
you
literally
are.
it doesn't trigger me. It tells me
It tells
exactly
me
who you are.
Yeah.
Straight up, dude.
Yeah.
You talk to me and you go, but my democracy.
Mhm.
I'm immediately going, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You are a full-fledged fucking idiot. You have zero brain cells, and what little you do have, they don't function. They don't speak to each other. They're sitting in four corners of your fucking brain going, fuck you, I don't like you.
And you know what's funny? I look at it like this, man. Like
Fighting over which one's smarter than the other.
democracy is for the Democrats, right? Let them have that shit. The Republic is for the Republicans, right? We are a rape. We are and have always.
Were you going to say we were rapey? It sounded like you said we are a rape. You did say that shit. And you going to go back and listen to this and you be like, God damn it, I did.
Hey, no, I didn't.
You can't
I
say
stopped
that.
myself.
You can't
We
say that.
are. I was trying to say two things at the same time, and that don't ever work out really well for my lips and my brain because they don't collaborate.
Because you got
on
four
a-
brain
on a
cells fighting in each corner.
the same level as they used to. And as soon as I finish this right here, I'm gonna tell you
I'm smarter than you.
that
I'm fucking dying.
something you did say was last time you didn't want to apologize to me, and then when the mic went off and the motherfucking
I never did.
the
Prove
bullshit. Man, listen. From now on, I'm gonna leave this shit going until you're gone. I'm gonna be like, all right, Rob done peeled off. He's in his car. Click. I'm gonna get all kinds of dirt on you, bro.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Jesus. You do that, my wife's going to divorce me. My kids are going to leave.
so what I was
I'm
saying.
kidding that none of that's going to happen.
So what I was saying is this, right? Democracy is for
Yes.
the Democrats.
Yeah.
Let them have it. That's what they want. That's what they think we are. That's what all these people spout, right? And,
But that's
and
ignorance.
they think we are a democracy.
That's
even
ignorance,
though
and direct
we-
democracy never works.
we have democratic, like not foundations, but like we institutions. Right. We do. But we are wholly a republic. Right.
We use
So
we
is it
use
that
small parts of
people-
democracy to
Yes.
enforce our republic.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Or strengthen our republic.
And
Okay. Our republic could be wildly
communism to fucking weaken it.
Well, yes.
Apparently.
Yes.
Because
But I think
don't
all
know
that
what
happened.
else.
All that happened after the Cold War. Like,
Like
the Russians were
socialist
trying
fucking
to
bullshit.
the Russians were trying to implement communism all over the world, and rather than do that, they were like 60-year fucking plan.
I feel like they,
We're gonna destroy America from within,
and they probably fucking
and that's
will.
possible. I don't
They
know.
probably will.
Nobody's gonna be able to prove it because it's gonna be too late.
So because we are a republic, right? We've been a constitutional republic. Do you think that they just try to make is the Republican the man? Is that it? Like, we're not a democracy, we're a republic, and
So-
the Republicans basically The Republicans fight for the Republic, which
20
is what America really is. So is it that like
25 to 30 years ago, when I was in high school, middle school,
uh,
I would have told you, yes, Republicans are the man, right? I would have never talked about Democrats because I didn't care much about them.
What I mean is that how they look at, like, is that why Democrats are basically, they can know zero about politics and then just be like, fuck the Republicans, I'm a Democrat because the Republicans are the man, I guess?
No.
Like what?
Well, that's the idea, right?
They're racist.
We're always
Why?
trying
'Cause
to
somebody said
we're
so.
trying to stifle their
They
freedom,
own
but we're
everything.
not.
They're for the businesses, not the main, like not the.
But
the,
it's the
I know,
actual
it's-
inverse now.
It is. It
Like,
is. You're right.
20, like I said, 20, 30 years ago, I would have said yes.
Yes.
I
You're
would have
right.
said yes.
You're right.
The Republicans are
I see what you're saying.
corporatists.
Yeah.
But Republicans have evolved
Yeah.
over
Well,
the last 30
I
years.
have definitely seen that. Like dude, I don't know how much the Democrats are fighting for me.
And I say Republicans because you registered Republican, Democrat, Independent.
Yeah.
The registered Republicans, I don't know if most of them are even actually Republican.
Yeah.
Like there's some amalgamation of like,
In the middle, a '90s Democrat, basically. That's the
but is
Republicans.
that a 90s
now.
Democrat?
Fuck yeah.
I don't think it is.
I was a '90s Democrat. I was the guy who was like, "Listen, bro, people want to be gay, be gay.
No, but that's
You
the
want to
thing,
let
though.
people. You want to let people in the country.
But that's the thing, though. Even
Sure.
Republicans today are going, we don't really care if you want to be gay and married.
my point.
Like, we're good with that.
Yes,
But at the same time, they're also looking at everybody with everything right now, and they're going, fucking told you so.
Yep.
Told you it was a slippery slope.
Right.
We told you this shit would happen.
right.
And now here we are trying to fucking combat it.
Yeah.
Trying to turn the tides
Yeah.
culturally, because that's where they win. That's where they have been winning.
Mm.
Here lately, I would say, no, they're not winning anymore. We
But I'll
as
bet you-
independent and Republican, like,
Mhm.
people, like, and I say Republican in the sense of we believe in a republic,
Yeah.
in the freedom to do and say and act as you feel,
Yeah.
as you want, with the knowledge that there are consequences for your stupid shit.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
So I feel like those people here lately, give it 4 or 5 years, 6 years,
Uh-huh.
we're making leaps and bounds and strides in the culture. So much so, there are polls that are out right now where you see Gen Z. Now, we've talked about this before, where
Yeah.
Gen Z is slightly more conservative
Yeah. Than
what millennials were.
yeah.
Right. So there's a trend where
Yeah.
there's a trend to the conservative side,
to the right side. Yeah.
not the right side, the conservative side.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Like, you have to talk about conservative and liberal at that point.
Yeah.
Gen Zs are slightly more conservative than millennials are. Right.
Yeah.
Even now, Gen Zs are polling
Mhm.
to Donald Trump,
Right.
and they're like, fuck Joe Biden because he's not doing what we originally thought he would be doing. He's
Surprise!
actually
Surprise!
Exactly.
Surprise! Surprise!
Listen, it's the exact same thing that I said when all you fucking morons in Florida decided to vote for the $20 an hour fucking minimum wage. I want you all to understand that is why you pay $67 fucking dollars for a cheeseburger from DoorDash.
yeah.
That is why you pay that much, because
Yeah.
there's an upcharge on an upcharge plus an upcharge plus the supersized charge, and then the delivery fee,
Mhm.
and then your tip.
I think a lot of people also just decided to put a fuck it tax upcharge that was basically like, you know what? In the next 5 years, we're going to be stuck paying these motherfuckers $15 an hour.
May as well make
So
as much
let's
as we
go
can
ahead.
right now.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and
Yep.
what did let's see. The cost of living went up 7-10%. Put a 20% upcharge on
I can tell you right
everything.
now, and this is my prediction.
Mhm.
Give it 4 more years,
Mhm.
DoorDash folds. It doesn't exist.
Probably.
You
You're
can't
right.
afford to eat
No, you
there.
can't. No.
You can't afford to
Fuck
use
no.
DoorDash.
Fun fact, I've never ever DoorDashed anything in my life, and I don't have any plans to.
I'm so
do
fucking shameful because I have. Because
Fuck
dude, you
that
see where we
shit.
live.
Yeah,
You know where we live.
dude, I get it.
And you know how much of a trek it is
I mean, you got
Just to
kids,
go-
You got,
Yeah.
like, dude, yeah, like,
So-
for sure.
when we don't feel like cooking, because we do try to cook at home all the time.
Yeah,
Like
I
that's
know.
our
I know you do.
our whole thing, right?
Yeah, Same.
When we don't feel like cooking, when my wife has had a long fucking week and I've had a long fucking week and we don't want to fuck around with that shit, DoorDash will cost us $100 fucking to feed our family.
That is fucking ruthless.
From
bro.
fucking McDonald's.
Hey, are they hiring though?
You need to understand that you're not getting paid
What
that.
in the fuck?
You're not getting
no,
paid
of course not. But that was my thing with the whole fuck it tax upcharge. They go,
which is beyond me. Like,
could these companies too? Dude, I could see this happening because companies right now, you can see some companies have already just bit the bullet. A lot of them, and they're like $15 an hour for minimum.
Of course. Now, how much is that burger that you were buying a year ago, 2 years ago?
So when you voted and you were like, we need $15 an hour, and people made it make sense, and they at least, at the very least, got you to agree to do it over a period of time.
Yeah, it was a gradual raise.
But the companies go, you know what? If I'm going to be there in 4 years, I might as well be there right
We'll do it now.
We'll go ahead and eat the cost.
Yep.
But guess what? You're paying for it too.
Exactly.
So now all you guys, you just got a raise. You make $15 an hour. And by the way, every product just went up 28%.
Here's the thing. Capitalism is one of the greatest economic sentiments to ever live.
It is.
Okay. The function of capitalism is so absolutely perfect until you start regulating it.
Yeah, we're already way past like regulating the and that's the thing.
When you don't regulate capitalism and you have a free and fair market, goods and services become exponentially cheaper because there's more of them. When you decide to regulate and you whittle down from 65 corporations that own all the oil to 3.
Yes.
What do you think your oil costs?
And this is exactly why.
And why do you think that they keep raising the prices so that they make more? They make more profit because they're not going to lose any fucking money.
Yeah.
And that's what that's what everybody needs to understand about this whole $15 an hour shit.
That's right.
The company will not lose money.
Never.
You, the consumer, will fucking pay that salary.
Every time.
So you think when you're getting $15 an hour, woohoo, I won.
Yeah.
We won the revolution. We got $15 an hour.
Yep.
Understand.
You lost.
Understand that you did not win.
No.
You are still making $7.25 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
The equivalent of what you were making before you fought for 15. You are still making that money simply because everything you buy is now more expensive.
It's not the number that matters. It's the value.
I don't understand how people don't get that.
I don't either.
Like, we were taught that shit in school, and apparently they don't teach that shit anymore.
No, they don't. And I mean, why would they, dude? It doesn't benefit anyone outside of look.
But do we all have to be fucking like dumb blind sheep?
Yeah. If you're gonna control a communist empire, that kind of comes with the territory, I guess, because that's what it seems like. Like, okay, like you said, when you have a totally free market, now you have competition, and the consumer dictates the price, right?
Correct.
All the time.
Correct.
That's how it is.
Yep.
Now, when you come in and you start regulating, it's kind of like, you ever hear like, man, don't lie, because then you're going to have to cover it up with another lie. You're going to have to cover it up with another. Well, that's like how regulating the market happens. They go, we're going to make this law. And then they fuck around and find out that that law did what it was supposed to, but it also had a very unintended side effect of X.
Yeah.
So now we got to make another law. And that had 3 side effects that necessitated other laws, right? Yep. And the guy with the most money will always try to obfuscate those laws.
Of course.
Right? Now, if the guy with the most money gets a whole lot of most money, then he goes to the guys making the laws because, oh, guess what? Lobbying, perfectly legal.
Yeah.
I could be like, hey, I need you to write me some laws that basically say, fuck the free market, and I'm the guy with the oil. I'm the guy who can have the triopoly.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like, what is a monopoly, right? Is a monopoly if there's one, but it's not if there's 4? Get the fuck out of here. We need more than 4. If we had 24 oil suppliers and company, our gas would be in the cents.
Think about it like this.
Not the dollars.
Think about it like this. how much would your electric bill be
Oh,
if
man.
Duke, Florida Power, Glades,
Yeah.
and 7 other companies were competing for your dollar?
Right. Oh, dude, I would imagine probably half of what
it's $230 a month for you with Duke?
Yep.
We can do that for $160.
Yep.
We can do that for $89. Fucking sold, baby. Let's do this.
Or because there's only 4 or 5, those guys get together and they say, hey, look, I'm T-Mobile, you're Verizon, you're Cricket Wireless. Here's the thing though. There's only 3 of us.
Yeah.
Right? We can compete. But we can also stay kind of in the same range.
Yep.
And we can fluctuate, you know?
Yeah.
So when the guy gets pissed off because Geico raised his rate and he decides to come to me, State Farm, because I just gave him a rate that was half the price.
Yeah.
Over the next 3 years, as I gradually increase his rates, when he decides to leave, he's going to come back to you because there's only us 3.
Or he'll go to
you know what I mean?
He'll go to Progressive. Yeah.
And
then you turn around
and
you
is like even the free market when they're like, whoa, stop it, monopolies and all the it feels fake too.
You gotta stop and you gotta look at it and go,
what are we drinking now?
We're gonna get there. You gotta look at it and you go, so you got Exxon, Shell, Mobil. Those are your oil companies, right?
Yeah.
And then you look at who owns the oil companies, and it's BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard. And you're like, wait a second.
Yeah.
So they're all owned by one person.
Yeah.
By one.
And how does BlackRock?
How is that
Vanguard,
not a monopoly?
BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street. Let me see. Every human of working age investing in a 401k who has inherently just put 10% of their paycheck invested in some form of these global monopolies.
And you're not allowed to tell them what to do.
Yeah. And so like the oil really is like...
And the federal government will bail them out every time.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say. Imagine if every 401k holder was like, I'm out right now. Everyone, like 0. They just, right? BlackRock, their market cap would be slashed into nothing. They'd fold. It would be bankruptcy because that's got to be such a giant proportion of their market cap. But the government will come in like they did in 08 and be like, oh, you didn't think about that, did you? That's fucked up. You should have thought about that. But here's what we're going to do.
We're going to cut you a check for $45 billion.
Yeah, and BlackRock's going to sit there.
$245 billion, whatever.
Yep, they're going to say, we're going to cut you this $300 billion check, right? At the behest of at the expense of the American people. And BlackRock's going to go, thank you. Here's our terms. We want the check. Can't tell us what to do with it. Nope. Can't ask us where the money went.
Nope.
In 300 years, you'll be open and allowed to ask our company where that money was and what, we did. And it's just like, dude, how is this just not a whole lot of gang shit? I feel like I'm being played by Method Man and Redman right now, doing a whole lot of gang shit and then wearing suits and ties. Cause that's really what it is.
You're looking at the mafia.
Yeah.
You're looking at like the organized crime.
Yeah.
It's no longer in the streets of Chicago or New York or, LA. It's in Washington. It's all right there. They consolidated it all to them.
Yeah.
And Washington and Wall Street.
Yeah.
Because
same.
Yeah. Same
right.
place. Yeah. But the reality of it is like when you have an actual capitalist free market, the country, the economy is the only thing that not the only thing, is the thing that benefits from it.
Yeah.
Which then it's the people who benefit from it.
Yeah.
And look, if somebody wants to be a trillionaire, fucking okay, cool. How'd you get there? Well, I started this company that sold widgets. And then I bought another company that sold gadgets. And then I bought this company that sold boxes to hold them.
That creates gadgets.
Yeah, boxes to hold them.
Yes.
Then I bought this company that sells cars and manufactures cars. Yep. Then I bought this company who decides that we want to do space stuff.
Right. Sure.
I'm cool with that, dude. Because
that's literally
I don't care how fucking rich you are. Because the richer you are, the more money you are putting back into.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yes.
If
now look, I think everybody should pay taxes.
Yeah.
Do I think billionaires should be paying half of their shit in taxes? No, that's fucking crazy. There would be no incentive to be a billionaire.
I think.
I get to be a billionaire for 5 seconds and then I got to give you half.
Yeah. The tax brackets need readjusted, but the tax brackets also, like, I also shouldn't have to pay 50% of my wages.
You fucking shouldn't.
Joe Biden.
You fucking shouldn't.
Right. But at
Like,
the
it's
same time,
insane.
yeah, you're not wrong. Like, everybody's like, tax a billionaire, tax a millionaire, tax a billionaire. No, it's just because you have a deep hatred for the people who have.
Oh, they don't talk about millionaires anymore because
Yeah, I know.
Bernie Sanders
Millionaires.
became a millionaire and
Yeah.
he was like,
Well, all of them
what
became
millionaires?
Dude, as soon as like the thing happened in 2019, 2020, and everybody's house value tripled, overnight millionaires, right?
But do you
Everybody's
remember?
like,
Do
"These
you remember
goddamn
what was happening
billionaires."
during that?
Oh,
Do you remember what was happening during
everything
when
was
when
happening,
the
but-
housing market tripled?
Yeah.
When,
Do
when,
I
it- when, it-
remember
when it was a
BlackRock,
buyer's market?
Vanguard was buying up all the
Exactly
fucking
that.
residential housing?
Exactly.
Yes.
Nobody wants to talk about that.
No, of course
BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard were buying residential property.
Which is wholly outside of the
Should
norm.
not be legal.
No.
That's like allowing
They-
China to come in and oh wait, we did that.
Yeah, we did that.
We did that. Oh, that's like
I
allowing
think we do.
Ukraine to buy land in our did that too.
Yeah.
That's like allowing Russia to buy shit. We did that too.
Yeah. So BlackRock's over here like, what the fuck, bro? I want my piece of the pie.
Yeah.
But see, the problem is,
But they all,
is I'm over here going, I feel like I
The-
gave half of my piece of pie away a long time ago, and you just keep taking
the
it.
ultimate goal behind that was to make a renter class.
Yes. Forever. Dude,
So I
the
encourage
great
everybody.
Reset that where the whole thing was.
It's already happened.
You
That
will-
reset's already happened.
Right.
You won't notice it until it's fucking too late.
But you remember the saying, "You will own nothing and you'll be happy."
Mhm.
That was the thing that just replays over in my brain whenever me and you were looking at all the
All
stories.
the algorithms in my phone right now are screaming. They're like, you buy shit all the time. I'm like, so
Yeah.
still feel this way.
Right.
Like I am fucking wholly against all of that shit, but I got to do what I got to do.
And dude, like that's the thing, man. These dude, there's motherfuckers. How? All right. When I was growing up, 4 and 5 year car lease or car financial terms, right? Finance terms.
I got to tell you, I don't like the rabbit hole that much.
Dude, they're going like
It's okay.
7-8 years
Yeah.
on fucking cars. Who the fuck is financing a car for a decade?
Who brings banana bread to work?
It's stupid. It's fucking stupid.
You will never get my banana bread ever again.
I'm talking about the goddamn car finances.
See how he changes tune real quick
Yeah,
there,
it's
wife?
bullshit. By the way, did you? Oh, you did give me banana bread. That's right. That shit was fire.
I had banana bread at work.
Whoa. The voices in the headphones. They didn't agree. What is that? Green spot.
This is a green spot.
So-
my friend.
So
this
the-
is delightfully tasty, and I
Yeah.
love it.
yeah.
I think it's delicious. That being said, but yes, we're I don't know, we're beating our heads against the wall with this shit.
Well,
We're inching closer and closer to civil war.
It's true, man.
We're inching closer and closer to world war. And economically, I don't think our country can survive it
No, not
unless
anymore.
we pull back and we take back our country. And wholeheartedly, I mean this. Anybody who believes in this republic, like it is way past time
So look at
to
this.
stand up and go, we are done with this shit. And I don't mean this violently. I am not calling for that. I am seriously saying we need to abide by the Constitution
Yeah,
and we need to readdress our country
yeah,
as a whole. Our Constitution is written as such to give us that ability.
yeah.
The people in Washington are not our fucking lords and kings.
No.
They're not. They are our servants.
Right.
And everybody needs to be fucking reminded of that. They are not there to rule over us.
Yeah.
They are there to serve our good, our greater good, not fucking theirs.
So funny story.
I'm going to prison now. I know it. I'm going to get thrown in some gulag.
Probably.
Cheers. I'll see you next year.
I'm gonna be right, dude. Listen,
Hey.
man.
At least I won't be fat.
I like your fat finger. It gives me good buzz at the very least.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I was watching
So good.
I was watching a documentary about this dude, right? Who runs this fucking he was an ex-Marine.
Sweet.
This guy was an ex-Marine, right? He gets out of the Marines and he joins up with his buddy and they come up with this business. And this business is to help troubled youth.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a Netflix documentary. Long story short, this dude, the path he ended up down was basically starting like, you know what? It's in the 90s. He was all over Jerry Springer, Maury Povich, Geraldo, right? Those shows. Your kid sucks. If you really want your kid to change in the 90s, I'm like,
And he was like an early 90s, like late 80s, early 90s gangster, wasn't he? I think I know who you're talking about.
No, he was like a Marine.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
You sure he wasn't in the gangs before and went into the Marine Corps?
I don't think so. No, he was a white dude.
There's a story like
and
that.
He was adopted. He was just a average like middle class guy.
Wrong person, maybe. Carry on.
So this dude gets with his buddy who's a Marine.
Yeah.
Right. They come up with this course to take kids like out into the middle of the fucking desert.
Yeah.
And run them raggedy ass, bro.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, what happened is
oh shit, somebody died, huh?
Yeah, a couple people got fucked over pretty bad. Like it started with death, and then it went down the rabbit hole of rape, and then they.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He actually ended up. He would always reinvent himself. So every time something happened, like the death. This girl was running and climbing and shit through the desert. Straight up heat stroke, died. These are 16, 15-year-old kids who parents
sign them up for this shit. Yeah.
16 grand or so.
Yeah.
For this shit.
To square them away. Yeah.
This girl fucking dies. Okay.
Apparently
now they got to shut down the course. Well, here's the problem.
No, go ahead.
Is the guy.
I shouldn't be making jokes.
I honestly don't know what the intention is of this guy. Right. But what happened is he started the thing. And then he put people in charge of the said thing. So when you have a camp,
he had no direct involvement per se.
Right.
Okay.
Not a lot of hands-on.
Yeah.
And they would hire people to be, all right, imagine a camp and then the camp counselors being older kids.
Yeah.
It kind of was like that.
Oh, shit.
And these older kids would do some fucked up shit to these other kids. And then some of the graduates of the course would end up being hired to be counselors for the next group of kids. Well,
no shit.
So the dude, check this out. So the dude, he gets sued. He's about to shut his whole thing down while he moves away, reinvents his whole thing, calls it a different name. This is a dude in the early to mid 90s, navigating this over roughly a decade.
Yeah.
He ends up walking free. He buys a fucking big ass boat, like a yacht, right? Like a sailboat, yacht type, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And he calls his course something else, but does the same thing. Bro, by the end of this fucking story, this guy is taking 15, 16-year-old kids. Okay, the first start of this, kid would go through this course for 60 days.
I gotcha.
To 90 days, right? 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
By the end.
So it's like a boot camp type deal.
Yes. Yeah. And it was purposefully trying to boot camp kids, right?
Sure.
And in the very beginning, there were a lot of kids who were like, man, that shit changed
Those things
my life.
were all over the country back then.
Yes.
Dude. Yeah.
Yes. Apparently they're still all over the country.
Boot camp
not as much.
Boot camp and shit. Yeah.
Dude, this guy has went from that. He's got a boat, took these kids, right? Whose parents signed him up. They show this motherfucker going off the coast of the Bahamas, the Virgin Islands, Jamaica, Cuba, Venezuela. And I'm like, hold on. So for one, this dude.
He's like guerrilla warfaring these kids, or is he selling them for pleasure?
Then they end up in Brazil or wherever the fuck it was. Some weird South American fucking ass country village with like zero infrastructure. And they tell these kids to build your fucking camp and build your own village. And you want a hut, build a fucking hut. What ended up turning out to be that these kids were building the fucking infrastructure. It was slave labor. They were building the infrastructure for the fucking village. Like, it was wholly fucked up. But here's where my story correlates.
I'm sorry. I'm going to listen.
I looked at this. Me and my wife were watching this, and I'm like, this is the most insane shit I ever heard, right? This dude never went to jail. Never. 9/11 happened. They had charges on this guy, and they just dropped it. They were like, global terrorism and
we have bigger fish to fry.
Sure. Well, I looked at the whole thing, and I go, you know what's crazy, though? You're talking about one guy and like 4 other guys who are not guys or friends of this guy. They're just grown kids that this guy was like, hey, do you want to work for my thing and be a counselor, right?
Yeah.
Their counselors were like tying kids to poles and dumping water, like waterboarding them and doing weird fuckery to them. It was fucked up, dude, right? But I'm looking and I'm like, dude, there's like 40 really badass kids. Like, you know how us badass 90s kids was like some badass. You was a badass kid if your parents were gonna pay 20 fucking thousand to send your ass to goddamn Haiti.
Yeah.
Haiti, by the way, they went to Haiti too.
Yeah.
Like,
so you got to square that away next time.
And I go,
when you say it, we're not 90s kids. We did some crazy shit in the 90s. We're 80s.
Yeah, right. But
we're like a real early 80s.
Okay. Yeah, we're 80s babies.
But what I'm getting at is we're not 90s kids.
Yeah, we were.
90s kids are my wife. My wife is a 90s kid. She was born in 1990.
Okay. In 1996, how old were you?
I was in high school.
Right. 15.
Sure.
Yeah, you might have been like 19. You're a lot older.
Go fuck yourself. We're the same age.
But that's my point.
Jimmy, you're 3 months younger than me.
We were teens.
I'm not going to do this with you.
We were that kid. If you watch this thing, you're like, okay.
I'm not going to let you make me an old man.
These kids are.
Your beard is more gray than mine.
In your beard.
Your beard is old gray.
Well, guess what?
All gray, Jimmy.
This camera sees from the side, and the whole side of your beard
Jimmy,
is slab gray, bro.
When we first met,
all gray.
You still had dark hair.
You
don't now.
Aged me. Okay?
When do you play Santa Claus next year? I literally gave you the answer, but yeah.
So
you're playing Santa Claus.
My story goes like this.
Fucking derailed this whole thing. I'm sorry.
So,
but you ain't gonna do that to me.
So we were 15, 16. We were the age that,
yeah, of course,
when
we would have been shipped off to this thing.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm looking at these kids and I'm going, there's like 40 of you kids. You have been how long in Haiti? 9 months? 9 fucking months. This shit started like 60 days in. These motherfuckers are a year and a half for some of them. It's like, bro, they're saying, dude, there was a parent who went where their kid was, snuck a video camera in, and they're talking about the shit. And they're like, I've been here for a year and 3 months. It's like, when are you going to go home? At this point, if you're that bad, you're fucked. Sorry.
Yeah.
You just going to have a shitty life, but we got to let you go at some point. And by the way, this dude went to the Bahamas, Virgin Islands, wherever the fuck, St. Thomas or whatever, to start his business, had 0 license. He did not even register the company's name. He put out a video to get these parents and kids and whatever.
So nobody bothered to look this up at the advent of the internet?
This dude had 0 insurance, 0. He done took all your fucking kids to Haiti. Had them building a village for the local Haitians. Okay? These kids are dying. They're dehydrated. Our government didn't even charge this guy. They let him go. They were like, yeah, terrorism, And I'm like, yeah, but I mean, I feel like there's a lot of
we weren't doing terrorism then.
It was over the course, dude. I'm telling you, this was years in the making,
so
right?
It came out like big
this
time right after 9/11.
Started in like 92 is where I think they started.
God damn.
Where they
So they let him run for 10 years near?
Oh, yeah. No, well, they let him run for like 3 or 4, and then the girl died. He left. He closed that part of the business, and then 2 years go by, he pops up, changed his name. Meanwhile, this motherfucker's got kids, got a wife, got a daughter at home, got a son.
What the fuck?
So my point to the whole story was, it was crazy as fuck, but I'm just looking and I'm going, and I tell my wife, I said, that mentality, if you can brainwash a set of people and you can have one guy or 2, 3 guys. I said, look at, you're a kid, right? You're broken. You don't know. You don't really have that life experience. There's 40 of you. And at this point, you're trying, how do we escape this? Because this can't be right.
Yeah.
But when you see the videos, you're looking and you're going, these kids, they're literal prisoners at this point.
Yep.
Like terrorist prisoners. They're not prisoners like, oh, we're going to put you in a federal pen. These are like Guantanamo Bay, like letting big kids fucking torture the little kids. There's your fucking boot camp, right? In a third world country somewhere where they have no water, they have no bathrooms.
But I feel like these are the most badass kids you've ever met.
Nah, bro. These are just fucking kids.
No, I'm saying like
they had stories.
Now they are.
Oh, they are now.
Like they're tough motherfuckers.
No, some of these kids are fucked ass up, bro.
Oh.
A fucking girl fucking raped in there and shit. It's
I get that. Yeah, no,
dude.
I get that.
No.
All right.
But my whole point is like it's like the government, right? There's only so many of them. I feel like we could take them. Now I'm going with you. I'm right there.
Now you're talking my fucking language, bro.
I'm just saying their goal is to be like, look, there's only a handful of us and there's like a fucking 30 million of them, 300 million of them. We gotta brainwash them. That's how we get them. If we get them to understand that we make the rules.
It would take less than 100,000 of people like us.
I'm sure.
It would take a whole ass.
Probably take 10,000.
Less than 100,000. And I say that in the sense that I've seen 100,000 people in Washington, in places like that. I've seen concerts with 200,000 people.
I wonder what's the thing that we say that is the trigger that gets somebody knocking at the fucking door.
Pretty sure we already fucking said it on this one. With that being said, let's see if we can do it on the stream.
But yeah, dude, that shit was crazy. I wanted to kind of get.
No, go ahead. Keep going.
No, it was just after watching that, it just really, it really dawned on me how if you can break someone's mind.
Yeah.
Like these kids, I'm sitting here like, dude, these kids were unruly, weed smoking, fucking didn't give a shit about nothing, motherfuckers.
You're right.
And 4 people held them captive in Haiti, and not 4 like badass, tough fucking Marines. It was 4. It's like 4 high schoolers trying to fucking boot camp 30 middle schoolers. At some point, these kids are going to go, you know what? I feel like we could take them. What do we got to lose?
Agreed.
Year and a half in Haiti? Fuck, dude. They showed these kids had fucking bug bites that, oh, dude.
Yeah.
It's some like spend a year and
find it and send it to me.
Yeah,
like, let me know what it is. I want to watch it. And then I can come back and give you some.
That's our government. That's what they do to us. They basically have mind fucked the people into believing like,
yeah,
got no choice.
Dude,
and I said all that.
It's been subversive for like decades.
Yeah.
Like, I think the greatest time in our lives was the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the most freedom we ever had. You could say whatever the fuck you wanted to say.
That's true.
Like, it was insane.
That's when I learned sticks and stones.
Yeah. It was insane, dude. Like, I could go down a list of words that you could say and there were 0 consequences for it.
Mm-hmm.
To where those same exact words today, like, whole ass might put you in jail.
Yeah.
For some hate crime shit.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, everything you say has some type of real world consequence.
But that's the whole point. Look,
but
I've said this before. There was a comedian. There was a comedian that was like, it's crazy about this country. They wrote this Constitution. They wrote the Bill of Rights. And when they were writing the Bill of Rights, they were like, you can say whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
You have that right.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately after that, they wrote the Second Amendment where it was like, but you should have guns.
Yeah.
You should have guns.
Yeah.
Like, you can say whatever you want, but trust me, there are consequences to that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Say whatever the fuck you want. I wholly abide by that.
Yeah.
Like, I can say what I want.
Yeah.
Also, I have guns that I lost in a boating accident.
Yeah.
So stupid.
That was a
Fucking,
quick follow up.
It's the worst joke.
That was such a quick follow up, though.
But literally, like, that's the whole point of our Constitution is that you can do these things.
Yes.
These things are allowed.
Yeah.
They're inalienable.
Right.
That's one of the biggest words in our Constitution.
I know.
Inalienable.
You know, I should.
They are not given to you by man. They're given to you by a higher power.
inherited.
They're inherited.
You're being.
The fact that you have blood
yeah.
flowing through your body
Yeah.
says that you can do and say these things.
Yes.
But
Agree.
you should also have guns.
You might wanna. You should think about it.
I think Gen Z is finally waking up to this. I do. I really do.
Thank you for Voodoo. It's Voodoo.
Yeah.
We watched John Wick 4.
Did you? My man. Did you watch The Expendables?
What? No. The first one? The original?
Any of them?
Yeah, it was Stallone with
No, I'm saying on Vudu lately.
Why? Does it show somebody did?
Yeah, I got to change my password.
So here's the
Somebody's got my Vudu and they're watching shit and I
thing.
don't know who it is. I thought it was you. 'Cause
No.
My wife, and
That's
I'm
legit
gonna say
the
this right
only
now.
one we've
Before we finish this show,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this right now. My wife is a huge fucking stickler for finish watching a fucking movie. If you're gonna start it, at least have the decency. You got one day.
That's me.
Finish that motherfucker the next day. You know why? Because have you ever opened up my Vudu on your TV and go
Twice.
to continue?
Yes.
And there's a fucking 90-mile list of fucking unfinished movies. It's not me. I thought it was you.
Are you serious?
Yes.
No, dude.
I thought it was you guys.
I legit have watched John Wick 4.
Like
on
I
Vudu.
can show you, like I can tell you the movies that we watch because we watch specific movies
Yeah.
at night before we go to bed.
Yeah.
Because they're dark. They're like, we don't have to have bright lights flashing and shit
For
like
sure.
that. My wife's like, who the fuck is watching all these? Dude, I bought all the Expendable movies,
Yeah.
all 4 in a bundle, right?
Right.
Even the brand new one.
Okay.
Before I could even watch the first one, someone had already fucking watched it.
When?
Just fucking 2 weeks ago.
So this is I have never, I don't know, my wife, but I doubt it. She don't even know it's there half the time because it's down in our app list. It's not on the home screen.
Put it on your home screen.
My wife watches weird 80s movies and
Yes,
70s and
but
30s movies.
Listen to me. Put it on your home screen.
I will.
You guys are going to love
I know
everything in
because
there.
I was like, man, I want to watch John Wick 4. And I know
Also-
I know Rob has that shit. And I go, bloop, bloop, bloop. Alexa, John Wick 4. And it brings it up. And I'm like, yeah. And then I go to click it and it's like, buy from Amazon. And I'm like, wait a minute. Let me, where the
You fucking know better.
Voodoo? That shit pops up. I'm like, I know he's fucking got it. Boom, right there. John Wick 4. I'm like, babe, let's watch John Wick 4.
There's over 260 fucking movies in there.
Well,
dude.
that's where I was like, how am I going to fucking find it? I don't know how
I
to
literally
navigate
have
Voodoo.
every.
And I love their app, by the way. That
Yes.
shit is fucking nice.
I have every fucking Friday the 13th movie.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
love
yeah.
that shit.
I have every Friday the 13th.
So what
movie.
happened is we were
All the
watching
Hunger
John
Games.
Wick 4,
Yeah.
and it's long. It's
It
about
is.
2 hours.
2.5 hours.
2.5.
Almost 3.
So like halfway through, that shit pauses and starts spinning, and I'm like, oh shit, maybe the internet or something. So I
Did
look
kick
and
you
I'm
off of
like,
it?
well, that's what I thought too. I'm like, nah, the internet's good. So I exit out of it.
We can never watch the same movie at the same time.
Were you trying to watch John Wick 4 last weekend?
No.
Okay. So it wasn't you. So if somebody does have your password and they're trying to watch John
I'm
Wick
changing
4
that
at the same
password
time,
tonight.
it may have because
I'll send it to you,
I
but I'm
couldn't
changing that
fucking
password.
get back on for like 30 minutes and I had to go to something else. I just went to something else. I brought up Voodoo. I went to something to test it. Is it John Wick 4?
There
or
may
is
be-
it the app or what it, and I might have clicked on the Expendables. I don't know.
So with your
But I haven't.
internet, you may have to go down one notch from the UHD.
Gotcha.
It fucking eats up data.
It shouldn't though.
It does.
Because I got UHD, my Netflix is UHD. It's
Mhm.
the UHD account, and it's fine. I'll watch 4K movies.
Listen, I want you to know something.
Mhm.
There is something that Netflix has that no one fucking has. I don't know what it is, and I don't know how they make it work. But you could literally have no service, and Netflix will fucking play.
a 4K movie.
A 4K fucking movie. I don't know how they do that. But you could literally have a fucking Boost mobile phone, like the 2-way with the tiny screen, and it will play John Wick 4 in UHD.
Listen, bro, I don't know how. Fucking lying. You are not fucking lying. I
don't know how they do it.
Downtown AP, where I live, I could go down here right now and I can't even make a fucking phone call with my goddamn service. Yet my wife can bring up Netflix on her motherfucking phone and sit at the fucking vet and watch a goddamn movie in 4K and send the audio to the car. And I'm waiting on text messages like, this shit say I got 5G and it ain't happening, bro. What's going on? You ain't kidding. Netflix got the fucking right hand of God just
hanging over it. Like, I don't know what it is, dude. It's retarded.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I got to change that password. That being said.
And then give it to me.
I say this every time. I got to stop saying that being said because everybody knows that's.
Oh, that's your fucking thing, dude. That being said.
That being said, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night.